Hello and welcome. Today we're going to look into some of the core features of WordPress theme development, and I think one of the most important and fundamental topic of WordPress theme development is a custom post type. A custom post type is basically used in WordPress is like post. Posts are also a custom post type, media, which is also a custom post type, and pages, which is also a custom post type. There are some reserved custom post types like pages, posts, revisions, attachments, and some of them more, and we will talk about them in later sections. All these custom post types or the content of each custom post type are stored in database in WP post table. Let's look WP post table. If we go to our local server phpMyAdmin, it's loading, and it's take time because I am working on my local environment, so it will take time. Okay, here it is. If we go to the database of WordPress, then you can see that there is a table name WP post. If we hit click on it, there are bunch of column names which are listed here. So let's talk about a little bit these column names and see what they how they work and how they are related with each other, or how the each column is related to another table or another table in the database. First of all, if we look post author, then it will save the author of the post. As name suggested, post date. As name suggested, post date will store the date of the post, and post title, which will store the title of the post, and the post status, which will store basically either the post is published, the post is private, or either the post is in the draft. And if we go further, then there is a post name, and also there is a post parent and post types. The most important thing in the post WP post table is post type column. Each post type basically vary from this column. Like if we install a plugin named WooCommerce, then its custom post type will be product. Let's assume we add a product, and its custom post type will be product. And if we add some other plugin like contact form and some other plugins as well, then its custom post will be vary from others. Means that each custom post type will be different from each from other post types. So let's look a little bit about how can we create a custom post type, and how can we implement in WordPress theme development. For that, we have to go to our Sublime editor or any editor which you like, and open our WordPress project. As I open here, and we have to go to our theme folder and select our theme which you are using, and open its functions.php. Each custom post type basically registered by a function named as registered post type, and each registered post type and the function of a registered post type will be hooked on init hook. Basically, init hook, what this hook performs, basically what this hook do in the WordPress, it basically initiate this function when the WordPress will be initiated. Means that when the WordPress will be launched and the WordPress will be when the WordPress will be ready, then this function will be called. And if we look the documentation of this function register post type, you can see that there are bunch of text here. Like if you read all these text, it will be very useful for you. It's just a suggestion for you. But let's again talk about register post types. A register post type function will be invoked only in init hook, init action, or maybe you can call it hook, because this will go in add action hook. What this add action do? This add action will perform this specific function on this specific event. Means that when the init will be launched, or you can say that will be called, then this function will be automatically called. This is the beauty of the add action. So this register post type will be initiated or will be perform its action only in initialization of WordPress, or in init action. If we add another action, or another something different from init, then this register post type will not work. You can say that it's a backfall, or maybe you can say that it's pretty a backfall of WordPress. Nevertheless, it will only work in init action, because when the WordPress initialize, then this function will be called and initialized automatically. So if we talk about little bit more about this register post type, then there are some reserved post types. Means these post types are all already registered by WordPress. You cannot use them. You cannot create these custom post types in your theme. One of them is post, which is taken care by this list, all post, which is responsible for block system, and page, which is responsible for showing some pages, or some pages at the top menu, or where you would like to add. And some other is attachment is basically used for library, or you can say that all the media, or all the images, or all your media, or you can say that media means that anything that falls in the media section will be covered by attachment post type. And revision, what this means, revision is basically used for sometime it happens, we created a page, and we didn't publish it because we want some changes in future. Then it will be automatically saved in draft, and this draft post type will be revision. Means that revision is responsible for draft post types. And nav menu items is, as name suggested, nav menu item will be responsible for menu items. And custom css is a pretty cool thing in complete WordPress section, I think so. Custom CSS is basically responsible for adding custom CSS or additional CSS for your whole theme. Like if you want some changes, if you want some color to be edited, or color to be changed, then you go to appearance, customize, and further you will go to, let's load it up. Further you will go to additional CSS. Then whatever you will write in additional CSS will be stored in custom post type as named as custom CSS post type. Means in the post type column, the type will be custom CSS. And there are some other bunch of reserved post types you cannot create because it is already reserved by WordPress. So you have to create some other name, or you have to suggest some other name. Okay, let's go further. If we go to the parameters or arguments, then it's first of all, it is basically uh, takes two parameters. First thing is custom post type, and second thing is arguments. Like I have done a simple custom post type in my functions.php. I am not writing right now, just delivering some information to you. So uh, because of some, maybe you can say that some my keyboard issue, that's why I am not writing down, and I have just created it earlier, and I am just delivering some information to you. So let's read, or let's see what I have done so far. Basically, register post type takes two arguments. First of all, post type name, or you may can say that ID of the post type, which will be stored under post type column. Like if I am using here ACME underscore product, and whenever I create a product, or maybe I create a custom post type which will be stored in database, will be covered by ACME product. Means its type will be ACME product, not like post. It will not be page. It will not be attachment. It will be ACME product. Means I have created my own post type, and I can utilize it in further for creating a WordPress theme, or I can utilize for different bunch of stuffs. And secondly, it takes an array which basically takes bunch of arguments, and you may or may not supply these arguments. It's up to you. You can use all of them, or you may not use all of them. You just use some of them, and it will be cool enough if you read all these arguments and use them, because it is very useful for each custom post type. Some of them which are very important I have listed here, which is labels, names, and labels. Basically, I have passed the second argument as an array, and in the labels section, I have created an other array, and I have passed labels like name, singular name, and secondly, I have created publicly true and has archive true. If you want to show like at the admin bar, like here, you can use as well. You can use view sorry, yeah, you can use menu name as well. You can if you pass the menu name, then it will be show here in the menu, and you can use other bunch of stuffs, like you can use icons for that, and maybe you can keep your own labels, like if I use this add new item, then by default it will be add new post. Like if you see my code, I haven't given there, and if you go to products and add new, then you can see that add new post. You can even edit it, like I am using this add new item. Just copy it, and after that you just have to paste it sorry, in string. Be sure no mistake, because WordPress will give you a plenty of error if you do some mistake. And add new product and save it. Let's go back and refresh this page, and here you can see that I have successfully changed the label of the add new post. and that you can use other different types of arguments, which allows you if you would like to uh, if you would like your post will be shown in search. In search you can use search items as well, which is a argument of register post type, and the other bunch of stuffs you can use. Please read this uh, documentation carefully, or maybe use some of stuffs. One of them is show UI. Show UI basically do to for generating a UI for basically show UI is a show user interface. It will generate the user interface for managing over post types. It will be it is a boolean, so it will be true or it will be false. Or maybe you can use a show in menus, show in menu, and other bunch of stuffs like show in admin bar, and so on and so forth. And one of the cool feature is the menu icon. Menu icon is basically, sorry for scrolling. Menu icon is basically used like by default. I am you can see that by default it's a pin type icon here, but you can change by passing this argument menu icon. By this argument you can basically change the default icon of the custom post type. There are other bunch of capabilities types. You can use capabilities types for your custom post type, and it will be edit post, read post, delete post, edit post, and capability types is basically a rules, or maybe you can say that it's permissions. It's basically a permissions which you are gonna allow to somebody to for editing a post, for reading a post, for deleting a post, such like that. So you can use as much as arguments by this, but you have to read it carefully, or maybe or if you have query, then please comment it below. I will definitely answer to your problem. And one of the most important thing I forgot to tell you, if you add a custom post type in your theme, then while adding a custom post type, be sure if you add the custom post type in your theme, then once the user will change the theme, the custom post type will be gone. uh, One of the best feature or maybe you can say that one of the best practices is to add the custom post type in plugin, so um the custom post type will show till your plugin not deactivate. So I think that's enough for today, and don't forget to share my video, like my channel or like my video, and subscribe, because it will motivate me to do more videos on like Unity, on Adobe XD, on WordPress theme development. uh, and I know I am little weak in English, but by your support and by your comments and by your likes, I can improve my my speaking power as well. Okay.